Hi friends, it's Shuba. Welcome back to my channel and the very last day of Bookmas. I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being a part of this YouTube community as a whole. On Thanksgiving, I reached 1,000 subscribers and I am shocked. I am baffled. It just seems so unreal that 1,000 of you want to watch me and listen to me talk about books. I have no words other than just to say how grateful I am, and I can't wait to see what the next year brings us. I could say thank you for hours, but we're gonna get into the very last video of Bookmas. End of December will be 1 year of launching my BookTube channel, and I thought it would be fun to go back to my very first video, which is actually a BookTube tag, and rewatch old Shuba talk through her answers in that video, and then I could comment on those answers and just, I don't know, reminisce on my very first BookTube video. I am terrified to watch this video again because the quality is awful. I was terrified to film this video, and so I'm not sure what my answers are going to be like. And 3, I just was at a very different place in time when I was filming that video, and now I've seen that I have so much more confidence, and I wish I could just hug my past self. I'm not here to nitpick or be mean to myself. Taking that leap and creating that first video was already scary enough, and rather than being negative, I want to think about the positives and how much I've grown since then. So sit back, relax, and let's watch my very first YouTube channel video. Okay, so this is gonna be my very first time watching this video. I don't know why, but I'm nervous. Here we go. I have a lot of videos, wow. Okay. Hi everybody, welcome to my new BookTube channel. My name is Shuba and I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope you enjoy this video and subscribe for more to come. Oh, we're not being mean. Remember that, we're not being mean, but the lighting, I have seriously upgraded. I've learned a lot about just filming videos and what that takes and technique, and I'm not perfect, but we had a glow up for sure. I do love my party pony though. Wow, that was so cute. I thought for this very first video, I would do a newbie tag is what they're calling it. Basically, I have a list of questions written down that I'm going to share my answers to this, just so you all can get to know a little bit about me and why I'm here and what I'm excited for, looking forward to on this BookTube journey. So let's get started. One of the first Nothing, I'm not saying anything. That I have is to answer who I am. I think that's a basic question that you all would like to know. Like I said, my name is Shuba and I was born in India but raised in Kansas City, and I've been here. Still accurate. I was born in India. I was raised in Kansas City. I am still in Kansas City. Since I currently work in advertising as an email marketing manager, and I live with my husband and 2 dogs and my cats. That is still accurate. However, sadly, our cat did pass away in October, but our other pets are very healthy and thriving. Your hobbies. So outside of reading, I really feel like I don't do much. I work 40 hours a week, and then outside of that, I like to work on puzzles and turn them into pieces of art. So I'll frame art back here, my puzzles after we finish working on them, as around the house here and there, which I really like to do. And I am a big video gamer, and right now I'm playing Skyrim for the very first time. It's actually quite cozy. The graphics are beautiful. It's just very fun, and I am getting ready to play Baldur's Gate 3 with my husband coming in January. We're going to couch potato it up and couch co-op. We actually didn't get our copy of Baldur's Gate until March, So kind of upsetting, but we have been playing.
Other than playing video games and reading, I recently got into running. I would like to say I'm a runner now. I have been running since October, and I actually signed up for my very first half marathon, which I will be running in April of 2024 here in Kansas City, and I'm looking forward to that.
I did end up running my half marathon. It was in April 4th, and it was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. But I can say that I ran 13.1 miles nonstop, and I am a champion for that. Haven't really run since. I am slowly getting back into it again. I'm still a runner.
Start this channel. So I really just wanted an outlet. I've always thought that YouTubing was very fun. I have followed a few YouTube bloggers here and there for years, almost maybe like 10 years now. And recently when I got into reading again, I started following a few booktubers that I really love listening to and watching their videos. And I always thought that something that I wanted to do, but was always scared and nervous. And I just want to be able to share my thoughts with the community and be a part of this wonderful community. Everyone is so nice, and I love everyone's book recommendations. I find it
I agree. Nothing has changed other than that. I love this BookTube community so much. I have always been following different YouTubers and vloggers, not just book related, but lifestyle related. And I'll actually link down some of my favorite booktubers that I've been following since I started BookTube. They have become some of my really good friends, and I'm so thankful that I met them. Some of them include Sully, Chelsea. I also love Deb and Emma, and being put on the spot is not fun. There's more, and I will link them down, but yeah, nothing has changed. I still love this BookTube community, as I did mention in my thank yous. And here we are. Let's continue. I think next I'm going to talk about more of the personal reasons why I started this BookTube channel.
Sometimes to express and articulate my emotions and thoughts and feelings, and so I want to be able to really explain things better and communicate better. And so I'm hoping that starting this YouTube channel will kind of boost my confidence and really just help me become a better person.
Agreed. One of the biggest reasons why I did want to start this YouTube channel is because I wanted to build more confidence. I struggle still. I'm not perfect. I'm still growing. But I remember really struggling with expressing my thoughts and feelings in the moment. And I worried a lot about what other people thought about me and what other people thought about my decisions in life and my ideas, and that was a barrier for my communication skills. And I thought that YouTube would be a good idea for me to just not only rant and ramble like I'm doing now, but also sit back, read books, think about what I've read, and be able to articulate in a nice way. And I think that I've done a pretty good job with this so far. I've already noticed that there are a lot of ums in this video, a lot of ums and likes. And that was another goal for me too, to reduce the number of filler words in my sentences and when I'm speaking. And I've really improved on that as well. So overall communication skills, I've done a better job at that, and I'm really proud of where I've become, who I've become, and where I am at now, because here we are, full circle, almost a year later, and I can just see the glow up from my very first video to right now.
But also have fun at the same time.
I'm having fun at the same time still, don't worry.
What do you bring to YouTube? Gosh, honestly, I don't know. Maybe a laugh, a chuckle. Maybe you'll think I'm funny. I'm not sure. But in all honesty, I think YouTube and BookTube in general just needs more representation. A lot of the vloggers and booktubers that I follow on YouTube just don't look like me, and that's not a bad thing. But I think that we should appreciate all cultures and all different types of people from around the world, and I hope that I can help kind of just be a part of that and share my perspective as an Indian-born American to this BookTube channel.
Pashuba is not wrong. I 100% agree. Still, that we need more diversity and representation in this bookish community, whether that's an influencer, whether that's just being a reader, and also the type of books that we are reading. I think it's so important that we read books not just from cis white females or cis white males. We need to be reading books by BIPOC authors. We need to be reading books that have been translated. We need to be supporting the LGBTQIA plus community by reading books by those authors. We need to be doing better, and I hope that me just being in this community for a year has left some slight mark as being a cis female South Asian woman as a booktuber.
What are you excited about for your channel? I'm just excited to read more. I went from 0 to 100, I feel like. Last year, I read, I think, 25 books, and then this past year, my goal was 50, and I surpassed it. But the thing is and I don't know what the thing is, but I feel like I read so many books that I kind of forgot the plot and some of the details that went into what happened in those books, which is a little scary. I don't know, maybe I need to get checked out, but I'm excited because I want this to be kind of a place where I can read books, but also help recommend books and help remember books, especially when I'm telling you all about what I just read and being able to speak to what happened, and then I can always hopefully go back to these videos and use these as summaries and kind of help me remember what I'm reading.
I think that it's okay to read books and then forget about what happens, especially if it's been a really long time. Or maybe not disagree. I think I've just accepted defeat with that. I've read over 100 books this year, and there are books that I still think about to this day. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, I read that in March. There are books that I couldn't even tell you what the plot is about unless I go back to another video and go back to a synopsis, which I guess I understand that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's inevitable for me. I don't think I'm ever going to remember every single book that I've ever read because I've been reading a lot.
Sounds really silly, but I'm just trying to be honest. Why do you love reading? There are a lot of answers to this question, but I think the main reason is because it's just fun. You don't have to think too much about reading. At least the books that I try to read, I read to enjoy them, to kind of get away from what's happening right now in my real world and in that moment. When I'm reading a book, I'm the type of person that takes those characters and puts them in my mind, and actually it's like I'm creating a movie in my mind when I'm reading a book. And so I think that it brings in a lot of creativity and imagination that you might not normally get in your daily life. And so that's why I love reading, and I think it's fun to read books and support authors. There's no way I could write a book.
There is still no way that I could write a book, a good book.
But it's just a fun way to use your imagination and let go and just enjoy. It's just a great hobby to have.
100% agree with Past Shuba. I love reading because it takes me away from where I'm at in life right now. It's escapism. It takes you to another world. It takes you to another character in time, and it just takes you away from where you are now, and I think that's so important for imagination and creativity. I love reading just as much as I love playing video games or watching a movie, because you get sucked into some other world and you get sucked into that life. And I think there's something so beautiful about that, especially when reading is so subjective, and what I like might not be something that you would like or what my friend would like. I just think that I love reading because of how it makes me feel. When I finish a really emotional romance book, I cry, but I loved that book and I love how it made me feel and how it made me feel with the characters. When I finish a fantasy book and the main character kicks ass, I feel the excitement, I feel the rage, but I also feel the emotions that main character is feeling. I just love how each book can make me feel something different, and that is so special.
Books got you into reading? So growing up, I read a lot of Harry Potter, I read to Twilight, I read The Hunger Games.
I actually think I want to reread The Hunger Games in 2025 and watch the movies and watch the new movies. I feel so left out and I feel so behind. I've only read the trilogy. I know. I think I need to do a reading vlog of some sort.
I was really into that fantasy and all of that. But since college, I hadn't picked up a book at all. Which now looking back to it, it's actually really sad and scary. But I got back into reading at the after the pandemic, so in 2022. And the first books that I read that I fell in love with, it was so easy to read and so much fun, was the ACOTAR.
Yep. I was going to pause before I said it, but I hit pause too late.
A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then right away I just went into Throne of Glass, and Sarah J. Maas is brilliant. I think that is the best series ever that I've read so far to this day.
I'm not going to go into this too much, but I do think that there is better fantasy out there that I haven't found yet. I, at the time, put Sarah J. Maas on a pedestal, and I think she's great if you are starting to get back into fantasy or you're starting to get back into reading. I mean, that's what it did for me, but I think it's a little too early for me to say that it is the best book of art that I've ever read. And I know I say to this day at this point in my time, but now looking back, I don't think that her books are end-all be-all and the best piece of work. Just like I don't think Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling is the best piece of work or series. There's better out there, and I think that goes back to why it's so important for us to read different types of books by different authors, because there's so much out there that I don't know about and you might not know about, and we need to be supporting other authors as well.
What books do you like to read is the next question. I like to read almost anything: romantasy, thriller, crime, fantasy, high fantasy. I like scary, spooky books. I really like them all. But you probably will not find me reading any self-help books. That's like my one thing. I don't read self-help books.
Still, I don't read self-help books. I will not read self-help books.
I can't. I don't like them. What challenges will you face? For me, I'm very excited to start this YouTube channel, and I've gotten so much support for it and by friends and family, and it's been so lovely. But something that I'm scared about is really just giving up, being afraid. And I know everyone goes through this, but I'm afraid of failure, believe it or not. But I just need to remember I'm doing this for fun, and it's not something that I want to just get really upset about. This is supposed to be a place for me to voice my opinions, share my thoughts and feelings, and just have a good time with it. And I think a challenge is challenge that I'm going to have is to remember that, just knowing that this is for fun, and I'm sure everyone is going to be so lovely and supportive in this BookTube community as well. But I don't know, I'm just scared, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Whoops, I said I'm gonna keep trying. And oh man, that's so true. When I had first started my BookTube channel, I was terrified. And there were even times when I thought that I was going to quit, and I just thought that I didn't want to keep going anymore because I felt like no one was watching my videos and I wasn't proud of my videos. And I also think that's because I was still learning about my editing style and what I like in videos, and I've learned that I love vlogs more than sit-down videos. I think they're so much fun. And I also really like filming vlogs more so than sit down like chatty videos. I've just learned my editing style, how I like to edit, and I just learned a lot about myself. It's been a year later and I haven't quit yet. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back. Go me.
The question is, what are your 2024 goals? So one of my biggest goals that I have is to read more historical fiction. I am just not in tune with that genre, and I think in 2023 I only read one historical fiction, and that was Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and I really loved it, but I don't normally gravitate towards historical fiction. So I think I want to be more mindful in what I'm reading, and add more historical fiction into the mix. So right now I'm actually reading The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, and I am really enjoying it right now. It's very there's a lot of emotions, and it's a lot slower for me to read just because it's not a happy-go-lucky or fantasy or romantasy kind of book or anything like that, but it's very, very, very good, and I just need to read more historical fiction so I have more knowledge, even though it's fiction, but it's historical. So yeah.
Oh, I'm funny. Goals. Yeah, that is a goal that I still need to work on. I don't think I've read quite as many historical fiction books that I wanted to, but there's always next year. Another goal for me is to just keep going at this, keep having fun, make it another year around the sun and around this bookish community, and just to make sure to have fun doing it and to remember that this doesn't have to be perfect. Not every single video is going to be perfect, but I should just be proud of the work that I'm putting in. I'm not gonna lie, filming and editing and working on a thumbnail, reading the books, it all takes time and effort. I should be proud of myself because I know that my family and friends are proud of me, and I know that, or at least I hope I know that you all are proud of me as well, or else you wouldn't be following along and subscribe to my channel. So just being happy and proud is another goal.
Well, those were all of my questions that I had for myself or found online. But thank you so much for watching if you made it through all the way.
Wow, that was my very first video and BookTube tag. That was really fun to look back and watch. Like I said, I've grown so much, and I feel like I've become a better person because of this YouTube channel, and I can't wait to see what 2025 has to offer. Bookmas is over. This was the last video, and I will see you in another video next week. Have a great day. Bye.